And you know what? We're talking a lot about the Washington Commanders. I mentioned that they were outside of that top 5. We're all surprised at what they've done. They lead the NFL in points and points per game. This Cliff Kingsbury offense is flying. They also have 15 rushing touchdowns, which is the most of any team in the Super Bowl era through 5 games.
All right, we have Pete Prisco, Danny Kanell. We're here to talk more about Jayden Daniels and the Commanders. And we're talking about Jayden Daniels just in a larger sense, right? Where does he stack up in the division, in the conference, in the NFL? You look like a proud dad right now. You're just blushing.
He is a Sun Devil.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right.
You have that connection as well.
Yeah.
Let's start with the NFC East, right? They are your first NFC East team to make an appearance there on your power rankings, coming in at number 6. But how does Jayden Daniels stack up against, well, Danny Dimes, Jalen Hurts, and Dak Prescott? Pete, is he the best guy in that division at the quarterback position?
In my mind, he is. And I know it's fast. It's really fast, but it's only 5 games. But I think he is the best quarterback in the division, particularly the way he's playing right now. And I give Cliff Kingsbury a ton of credit. He's made it easy on him. The transition's been easy. But there were a lot of knocks on Jayden Daniels coming out. One of them being, is he physical enough? Will he stand in there and make the throws? He's done that. We've seen him do that. Can he move and get down? He's moved and he's gotten down. So all these things that were criticisms of him at LSU, he's developed into different style of player. I think he's going to be a truly dual-threat quarterback for the next 5 years, because eventually, believe me, I could speak to this, you all slow down. The older you get, you slow down. Danny, you're what, 50 now? You're slowing down. I'm in my 60s, you slow down. So bottom line, he will slow down. The position always comes back to playing quarterback in the pocket. But for now, dual threat, great player.
He has been phenomenal. I'll hold back just a little bit, and I'll put him at second best in the division. I'm still going to give Dak a ton of credit for what he's done throughout his career. He plays in the most pressure-packed position in maybe the entire NFL when you play with that star on the side of your helmet. But I still have him over Danny Dimes, which is obvious, and over Jalen Hurts, who has regressed somewhat since that season where they made the Super Bowl run. We're still looking at maybe that's really an indictment on his surroundings as well, with the disaster that's taken place in the coaching staff and having to deal with multiple coordinators. But I don't want to diminish what Jayden Daniels has done, because he has been spectacular. He's looked more comfortable in that system. And where I love from him is everything you've heard about him since the moment he walked in that building was he acted like a pro. That is not always the case with a lot of rookies. You're overwhelmed, or it's your first time with a lot of money, or you want to have a good time and you don't understand what it takes. I love the approach he's taken of being a student of the game, asking the defense what they see in him. Just the approach that he's taken may be more impressive than what he's done in the field, and why I do think it's sustainable.
He makes it look easy. It's effortless. And when a quarterback can do that, C.J. Stroud does it too, but when he can do that, that tells you they're truly a special player, and that's what he does.
And that's something that Pete discusses in the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Okay, so let's expand out to the entire NFC.
Should be fun.
Now we're talking about, now we're talking about Dak, right? We're talking about Brock. We're talking about Jared Goff. We're talking about Jordan Love. I mean, in terms of that crop of NFC quarterbacks, where does Jayden Daniels sit?
Well, look, if you had to pick one quarterback in this league right now based on contract
from the NFC
and what he can do, okay, in the NFC, if you had to pick one based on what he can do and his contract, he would be the first player picked, period. End of story, because he's cheap, relatively compared to the other guys, other than Brock Purdy, who's going to get a big mega contract coming up. And so the skills would be worth it to take him first. Now, when you compare him to those other guys right now, Jordan Love is playing injured. So he's not the same guy he was a year ago. You can see that when you watch the tape. Would you take Daniels? Yes. Would you take Daniels over Purdy? I think Daniels would be great. Now, I've come around on Purdy. I'm a big Purdy believer, but I think Daniels would be every bit as good in that system as Purdy is. So I would probably take him over those guys. Would I take him over Stafford? No. Would I take him over Goff? No. Right now, the way Goff plays in that offense? No. But for the long run, he's the guy you would pick.
So I had him as top 6. You had him as top 3 in the NFC. I had him as top 6. I had Brock Purdy ahead of him. At some point, I do think you have to give Purdy credit for the consistency, and now that we've seen it for multiple years, because I do wonder, this is where I look at Jayden Daniels and where I'm not quite as high. We've only seen 5 games. What adjustments do teams make? Like, what happens? How does he bounce back after he has a 3-interception game? What happens when teams take away his legs, which eventually they will do? And I don't think he'll struggle mightily, but I've seen other quarterbacks handle it, for a longer period of time. What I do think is interesting is you mentioned something about Brock Purdy. If you put him in that system and you put Brock Purdy in the Washington system, it's definitely Jayden Daniels, right? Like, and not even close.
Right.
Yeah. So, but they do play in their respective systems, and we have seen them there. But I do, like, the contract absolutely is a factor in this conversation if it was for the next 5 years. And then it's hands down, Jayden Daniels is probably the #1 pick in the whole draft.
You just proved yourself wrong.
No.
Yes, you did.
Here's what I don't. Brock Purdy has sustained it for longer. That's why I'm buying into Purdy as more sustainable.
But if you say you put Purdy in his and him, and he would be better, it's the old Marino Montana argument I used to have.
Sure. We don't know for sure.
You think that, though.
Where are the differences?
His own argument.
The difference is what Jayden Daniels does with his legs, and this is the future of the NFL and what you're seeing almost every quarterback who's drafted top 5, the ability to be mobile, to have athleticism, to get to that favorable count in the box where defenders have to respect your ability as a runner. That has become a prerequisite. And Brock Purdy is athletic, but nowhere near as a dynamic runner as Jayden Daniels.
All right, so now we have
still taking him for the game manager aspect. He's done it longer, so I'm going to give him the edge.
Well, yeah.
Let's zoom out and talk about the whole NFL, and we're of course including those quarterbacks, the ones that like to use their legs in the AFC. We're talking about Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes.
All right, I'm just testing your love for Josh Allen right here.
You go first.
So I had a pretty long list, and I actually forgot about Joe Burrow, and I did not want to do that because I still have Josh Burrow over him. You have the obvious candidates in Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP. I would still take C.J. Stroud, even if, like, both systems, I think C.J. Stroud translates, Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. So the list isn't that long. I also
Aaron Rodgers.
Baker Mayfield.
I would still take Baker Mayfield the way he's played.
Kirk Cousins.
What about Kirk?
Yes, Kirk is my guy. I'm the captain of the Kirk Cousins fan club.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, we're talking about a 4-time MVP who still may be able to resurge this Jets team and turn it around. I think at some point you do have to look and trust the body of work over some of these. Again, this is if it was an entire season with the same surrounding pieces.
So you think Aaron Rodgers? Don't get me wrong. Aaron Rodgers is if Daniels has a career like Aaron Rodgers, he's had a hell of a career. But if you're saying that through the course of this season, Rodgers will be a better player than Daniels in that offense?
If you had the same players around both of them in the same system, I would take Aaron Rodgers over Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, I don't know if I would at this age. I just think you mentioned the legs, and it changes the whole dynamic of the way people defend you. And Rodgers can't move. I mean, he used to be able to move. He'd move to throw, but he doesn't move like he used to. So I'm not with you on some of those guys.
Well, and now he keeps throwing behind guys, too. He can't even lead guys anymore. He's throwing behind them.
If you put Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, or excuse me, if you put Jayden Daniels in Atlanta, would he have the same success?
Yes. Yes. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Kirk Cousins is having success, so yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Wow.
Yes, he would.
Man.
Wow. All right. Okay.
And by the way, Josh Allen over him, yes.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson over him, Joe Burrow over him.
C.J. Stroud, you're in the same boat as me there.
All right. So looking at the MVP odds here, you see he's in the conversation. And Rookie of the Year, he's in there as well.
What happened to Sam Darnold's odds in that conversation? They went bye-bye.
Off the charts.
They went bye-bye.
Pete, he's just going to win like 5 and keep winning 5 in a row. They're going to be like 10-0 by the end of the season. He's going to win MVP.
Plus 4,000.